Shalom. Thanks for joining me. I'm reading through Matthew chapter 10. This is the time when Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and sent them out with authority to cast out demons and to heal diseases. And we just listed them out. We're going to start in verse 5. This is going to go through verse 15, which is pretty much the bulk of a good deal of the instructions he's giving to his disciples. Excuse me. So notice this. In verse 2, by the way, he called them the 12 apostles. Apostle, by the way, means one sent, a sent one with a message. And notice here, it says these 12, verse 5, Jesus sent out with the following instructions. Do not go among the Gentiles or any town of the Samaritans. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Do not get any gold or silver or copper to take with you in your belts, no bag for the journey, or extra shirt, or sandals, or staff, for the worker is worth his keep. Whatever town or village you enter, search there for some worthy person and stay at their house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet. Truly, I tell you, it will be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. And those are the 15 verses that we'll read. A few things to point out. Notice he said, go only to the lost sheep of Israel. Don't go to the Gentiles. Don't go to the Samaritans. Later, after Jesus dies and raises from the dead, in Acts chapter 1, and at the end of the four Gospels, he tells the disciples, go into all the world, beginning first with Judea, then to Samaria, then to the uttermost parts of the world. So after his resurrection, he tells the disciples, go to the Samaritans, go to the Gentiles. And if you read the book of Acts, that's exactly what they did, which is one of the reasons why I'm sitting here today, 2,000 years later. I am not a Jew. I am Messianic, but I am not a Jew like they were. So it is important to understand that. So here, he's telling them, just focus on the Israelites, just focus on that. Notice he tells them to proclaim that the kingdom of heaven has come near. The kingdom of heaven has come near. What a fascinating statement. The kingdom of heaven is another way, not only of referring to himself, but also to his mission, but also to the reality that what God is doing is bringing an everlasting kingdom ultimately into being. When Jesus returns in all of his glory, he will establish an everlasting kingdom. So what he was telling them then was that my very presence here is proof that the kingdom is near, and it's getting closer. So that's an important thing that he's saying there. Now he also tells them, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, and cast out the demons. Again, this is the very ministry of Jesus himself. They are actually going and doing what Jesus did. It's important for you and me to understand that Jesus said in the Gospel of John, as I have been sent, so send I you. And these are the things that Jesus says to all of us. We must all go. Notice he mentions generosity. Freely you've received, freely you give. And notice he warns them, don't be getting silver, gold, copper. Don't be trying to collect all this stuff. The worker's worthy of his hire. In other words, you should earn your keep. And notice also there, you should receive the hospitality that people give you. And if they are a worthy people, that is, if they are hearing the message and they are receiving it, they are now one with us. But if they refuse to, when you depart, you just shake the dust off your very clothes, shake the dust off your feet, and that's a form of judgment. That was a custom in that tradition, in that first century, of shaking the dust off. That meant that basically we are separating ourselves from you, and we are not like you. You are under judgment. You have rejected God's message, which is why Jesus says it'll even be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah than for those towns. That's a hard thing to understand because Sodom and Gomorrah were judged so severely. Their towns burned up. And even to this day, there's still uncertainty as to where the remains of those towns are. There have been several locations found by archaeologists, and there's heavy debate as to which one is which. But still, that just tells you how intense the judgment was on Sodom and Gomorrah. And he is saying even today, these cities will be facing a judgment even greater than that. So that's an interesting thing. And notice, by the way, he's not talking about getting rich. He's not talking about making money on this. And that's an important thing. I think there's a lot of false prophets. I think there are a lot of fake preachers out there, a lot of charlatans who are living very well. They are fleecing the sheep, taking a lot of money from people who want to serve God, who want to love God, who want to be generous to God's people. But these people are greedy, and they are living well. Airplanes, mansions, limousines, jewelry, fancy clothes, multiple homes and mansions. Beloved, that is not a sign of the person who is following Jesus Christ. That's a sign of a person who is greedy and is following the lust of their own heart and the lust of their own desires. They are evil, and God is going to judge them one day. Count on that. And he also mentions that these homes will be unworthy if you don't receive the gospel. So when we receive the gospel and we say yes to Jesus, we're not in the same category as they are. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.